In 7 days, more than $654 trillion, $390 billion will start to flow into the XRP ledger. This will cause the price of XRP to rise to over $58.27, as several prominent analysts have affirmed. This is also happening at the same moment as the XRP ETF has officially gone live and launched on Robinhood, where it quickly rose to above $15.97. But this is just the beginning. Ripple is discreetly buying USDC, which is also known as Circle, and unlocking an extra $61.1 billion into the XRP ledger once RealBuy's plan to tokenize real estate is approved. And everything is happening at the same time, which is what will probably happen when you think you'll see $58.27 per XRP by May, which is less than a week away. But, once again, this is just the beginning. There is still news about the XRP Futures ETF that will be available on Nasdaq, and about Patrick the Fur Davidson, a multi-billionaire who said publicly that XRP will enable over $1.25 quadrillion, which will raise its market cap and push its price into the thousands of dollars. As we talk about XRP, it is going up. It's clear that we saw Bitcoin at an all-time high last week. We've seen a pullback, but everything is still looking good. This indicates that now is the best moment for you to acquire your free XRP. This is your chance. Get some free XRP. Simply write XRP in the comments. Subscribe to the channel with your best tips. Like the video, and then sign up to post using the link in the description. The whole thing takes less than 5 minutes. You might as well just go ahead and grab it, because it's free money. Now that we've said that, let's get right into the video. So XRP is now worth $2.36, following a big drop. Just a few hours ago, we saw over $100 million worth of crypto assets disappear in a matter of minutes, and then another $20 billion worth of crypto assets disappear a few hours later. This happened because of tariffs between the US and the rest of the world. Our subject for today is XRP. And honestly, XRP can still go up even while the rest of the market is down. In fact, we've seen it do this. It bounces back higher than prior highs to a new all-time high while the rest of the market is in the red. But what we really want to talk about is the $1 trillion that will go into the XRP ledger. A business consultant says that XRP will lock up $27 trillion in capital for banks. RealFi, a leading real estate company that is tokenizing real estate, has also said that they will be tokenizing over $654 trillion on the XRP ledger. They made this announcement, literally, I think it was like 12 hours ago, and they said that testing for real estate tokenization on the XRP ledger will start in the next few days. Our team will run pressure testing to make sure that the XRP ledger can handle more than $654 trillion, $390 billion. To do this, a number of tiny, high-value test transactions will be made. They will also test the real token, which is based on the XRP ledger, to see how fast and efficient it is before the formal launch. RealFi has also started talking to other organizations about getting both Real and XRP approved as payment choices. Keep an eye out for additional news. RealFi is in charge of the way. They are the first real estate tokenization initiative to handle everything from rent to real estate, letting one coin handle over $654 billion in real estate. This means that when RealFi launches, people will be able to buy real estate using XRP or their real token, pay their rent with XRP or their real token, and all of this will obviously release trillions of dollars on the XRP ledger. They've talked about tokenizing the whole real estate system before, and Rupla has too. But now institutions are actually implementing it on the XRP ledger. So this is obviously huge, and we should anticipate to see these huge pressure tests in the next several of these, like the Real Fi test, to find XRP price issues. We've seen this before, guys. Here are some examples of price problems. One example is on crypto.com, when the price of XRP went up over $247 at a period when there was a huge surge in volume. But it has also happened on Binance, it has happened on Gemini, and all of these things have one thing in common. It may look like a price malfunction, but XRP's price really did go up to these huge amounts for a short time. Gemini has even said publicly that they have seen XRP at $50, which is proof that they know what they are talking about. And when it happened, it was because there weren't many XRP tokens available, but there was a lot of demand all at once, which caused that huge rise. But because of this, Gemini had to stop trading, reverse transactions, receive more XRP, and fill those orders. This made the price stable again. But the idea is that we might see this happen in the next few days, since Realfi will be testing it. And it might help push the price of XRP back up to those very high levels. Now that we've talked about all of this, we're seeing a number of things occurring at the same time, just like we said we would. We have to see this. This is the Federal Reserve Bank saying that they have now opened up the possibility for banks to use cryptocurrencies such as XRP. A few months ago, this was a no-go, but now it's happening. There is one cryptocurrency that is very obvious, one that is meant for banks, and one that is being used by institutions. That cryptocurrency is XRP. Frederick Ziff has talked about XRP more than once, though. David Antlotti claims in this film that the US Federal Reserve would hire a third party like Ripple to handle transaction payments if they didn't want to do it themselves. And again, this is huge news because you're not just getting a random person. You're getting someone who works at the US Reserve and is literally talking about XRP, stressing it, and stating that they might utilize it. XRP is now an important portion of the Federal Reserve's crypto reserve. The crypto reserve will be made up of American cryptocurrencies, and it's evident that American cryptocurrencies will lead the way. XRP has the biggest market cap of all the tokens, and it's also the one that's most closely connected to the federal government right now, especially with this administration. This is all really good news. Clearly, all of this tells us how valuable XRP really is and how it is becoming more popular all over the world, not just in the US, but also in the Middle East, Europe, and Asia. XRP is becoming more common. Ripple is growing, and it's unlocking billions of dollars in the process. All of that money is going into the XRPL. So I want you all to pay great attention to this clip. Just pay attention to this. I believe it's quite crucial. Advice on cryptocurrency. This is important, people, since the Fed claimed it was taking back letters that told banks they needed to get permission from the government before doing anything with crypto assets or stable coins. Also, the Fed, the FDIC, and the Office of the Controllers of the Currency took back remarks from 2023 that told banks to be vigilant about crypto-related dangers. During the 2020 campaign for the White House, President Trump told crypto investors that he would protect them if he won again.